X6 Mfana-Pitori is the owner of the vibes whatever. I choose. So your boy, yes your boy, is back with another video of you. Like the boy doing things, you know the vibes and so yeah, but today's video is a different video, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen from the title and everything. You get me? It's a different video. I won't lie. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and do that good stuff. Today is day 5, and I'm shooting this video very late. Hopefully I post it on time. But yeah, let's do the thing that needs to be done. Issue. So so in this story, I'm gonna take you guys way back. So I think I was in grade 6 or 7. I'm not sure, but I think I was in grade 6. I'm telling you. And it was hectic. So I was at that age where you start seeing girls, like you start finding girls attractive, you get me? So I was at that stage. So I was like, okay, I think it's time for me to start dating, you get me? I didn't say it like it's time for me to start dating, but it was like automatically it happened. You guys know, automatically it happened. So there was this hand basically. So for this story, we're gonna call her Ora, just for this story. You hear me? So okay, this hand, cool. She was like the finest hand. She was like the cutest hand in school. For me, she was. You hear me? So I was like, okay, cool. She's cute. You get me? She's cute, and obviously I was trying to operate my things until but the shitty part was guava. You get me? So I had like a lot of guava because I've never shellaed the girl. Like I've never tried it in my life. Like before that time, I've never tried it. You get me? Some girls try to shell me. Story for another day. It's another story time. But some girls try to shell at me until so it was the other way around. So before I shell at this girl, before I tried to get this girl, there were other girls before that tried to get me. You get me? But it's the story for another day. Cool. So then we push. Nah. So I had to talk to this girl, obviously. You get me? So I had to approach her, obviously, you get me? But then Guababa got in the way. So I thought of another way, an alternative. Actually, one of my homies told me an alternative. So he told me, you can either, there are two options. You can either write a letter to this girl, or you can just shell her straight, you get me? So the other option for me seemed simple, you get me? Because writing a letter, obviously, guys, you just you take out your skills, you gotta know, boy, Shakespeare skills, you do your things, and then the girl, responds to the letter. But then during this story gets hectic as time goes by. But yeah, let me just, you get me? So okay, cool. I decided to write a letter, you get me? So I told one of my homies to help me with the letter, and he was like cool, you get me? But I wanted to do the process as fast as I can, because the guava was, you know when you think of something that you gotta just get through until so he was taking time, and I'm pretty sure he's watching right now. I know, because he's one of my subscribers. We're still homies. We're still best homies. So he took time. Then I wrote the letter alone. But the shitty part was, during that time, English was not my thing. You get me? So I wouldn't say it was not. I think it was not everybody's thing, because like during that time we were okay with English. You get me? Especially when you were going from a Kasi school. We were okay with the English, you get me? And bear in mind, that girl transferred from like a private school to our school. So she was from a private school, and obviously the English is also private, you get me? It's not like public, it's private. And private things are more, superior than, you get me? But you get me when I tell her. So our English was still basic, you get me? And her English was way above our league. So okay, obvious. So I write the letter. Cool. When I'm writing the letter, because the English is fucked up, I'm trying to be Shakespeare. So I'm writing words that I don't know how to write. You get me? So I'm trying to be Shakespeare at that time. Like I'm trying to make sure I back this girl until I make sure that like this girl, she sees right. This guy is the one. So okay, I write the letter. So some words on the letter were not spelled right. You get me? But when you read them, they made sense. That's how they were. Okay, cool. I write the letter. So now comes the hard part. The part where I have to give the girl the letter. You get me? So obviously I can't go to her because Guava it's like approaching her. So I can't go to her and then give her the letter like 9-9. You get me? So Guava was doing the things. So I'm like, okay, what's another alternative? So I hold on to the letter for a while, you get me, before I give it to her. But it was the same day, so I held it for like a few hours. So I didn't write it and then give it to her immediately. So I was still contemplating I was still thinking, what am I gonna do? You get me? Cool. The same guy. So I don't know who you're gonna call him, but the same guy, the one who helped me with the letter, who said he's gonna help me, he didn't help me. So I was like, okay, dude, since you didn't help me with the letter, at least read the letter and then see if there's any mistakes. Then after that, take the letter and give it to the girl. And he was like, I know, cool, bro. I got you. Let's operate. So I'm like, all right, we ngamus, we pashash. So I'm like, okay, if there's any mistake, come back to me so that I can fix those mistakes. And he's like, don't worry, boy, don't worry, I got you. And he was smart. One thing I know, he was smart. That's one thing I know. Cool. I hope he remembers the story, and I hope I'm not interpreting it very wrong. If so, but this is what I remember. You get me? So I give the guy the letter. Cool. The guy gets the letter. The guy goes through the letter, and then he comes back to me and he tells me the letter is perfect. And keep that in mind. The letter has a lot of misspellings. But then the guy says the letter is pashash. I'm like, okay, cool. Because at that time I didn't know. You get me? So I'm like, okay, that means I'm safe. You get me? That means I'm safe. So okay, then since the letter is pashash, take the letter and then give it to the guy. Okay, fine. The bro takes the letter. You get me? So we wait for break. For break time. So okay, cool. Breaks comes. And I go to the guy. I ask him, did you give the letter to the girl? And he was like, no, dog, I'm still waiting for the right time and everything. You get me? And I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Do you? As long as the letter gets to the girl. You get me? So this whole time throughout the break, I'm busy eyeing the girl. And I'm like, at that time I'm contemplating I'm just thinking about everything. I'm like, is she gonna say yes? And you know, when you read the letters, you know how the format was. Everybody knew the format. So when you read the letter, down at the end you write yes or no. So the girl has to tick whether yes or no. Sort of a quiz. You get me? So yeah, but there were no comments. Cool. So that's how the letter is. So I'm like, in my mind, is she gonna say yes or no? And at the time, all the time, during that time, break dog, I didn't even eat my lunch until I ate it, but I didn't finish it because you know I was like, dog, I was sick in my stomach because I'm thinking throughout the break. I was thinking about that girl. Is she gonna say yes? Is she gonna say yes? But okay, cool. Then finally the guy gives the letter to the girl. All right, we know. So I asked the guy, did you give the letter to the girl? And he's like, yeah, don't worry. And when I was giving the letter to her, she was smiling and stuff. You get me? So she's guessing me. The guy is guessing me up, and I'm like, then that means I'm cool. You get me? So break ends, and then we go back to class. Me and that girl, we were at the same class, and that dude. You get me? So it's like I was eyeing the girl until so I was looking at her, trying to understand her. she's smiling. So if she was smiling, then it would confirm that she feels the same way. Okay, cool. I look at the girl, she looks at me, but then she's not smiling. So I'm like, okay, you get me? But I'm like, cool. Like I'm trying to not overthink the situation, but then you know the nerves. You know the nerves. But then I'm like, why? And another thing, she didn't write the letter like immediately back to me. So she took a while. So at the time I'm like, firstly, she didn't smile at me or anything. Okay, cool. Understandable. But then why is the letter taking too long? Again. So I'm like, okay, maybe the letter is taking too long for some reasons, maybe some, proper reasons. So I'm like, okay, fine. Then the letter comes back. Yeah, that's when the fucked up part came. That's when like everything went wah. You get me? So okay, the letter comes back, and I'm like, before I opened the letter, I already felt, or no, like I was feeling some type of way, and I knew that yeah, this is bad news. You get me? But then I was confident at that time. And mind me, dog, I'm a finest nigga. I know, like especially when I was in primary school, because I was, but I was the finest nigga. You hear me? Like I had a little bit of confidence because some girls tried to shell at me before. That's why I said I was the finest nigga. You get me? I'm not, but I was confident. Yeah. So okay, the letter comes back, and I'm like, let me open the letter. You get me? So, do you know that feeling of like opening your results, maybe your final year results, your matric results, final year, not final year, your end year results for matric, when you get that that paper, newspaper, and then you open it, then you look for your name. Then you miss your name. You know the feeling, you miss your name, and then you reach the end of the list and you're like, fuck. Then your heart starts beating fast. Then you go back. You get me? So opening that paper, that matric paper, was the same feeling that I felt when I was opening that letter. You get me? So when I feel like this situation is gonna define the person I'm gonna be in the future. So everything was depending on this situation. So okay, the letter. I can even feel it when I was opening the letter. When I was opening the letter, when you open something serious and you feel some air, like air blowing your face. That's how I felt. So I was like, again. Okay, cool. Before I even go to the yes or no, I start reading this. I start reading the words that I was reading. Again. So I read them, and then I saw something, but I'm gonna tell you what I saw. So firstly, I saw it was a no. Tick with a red pen. Tick with a red pen. No. I'm like, shit. So what's gonna happen now? But then I thought that was the end. Guess what? The girl, cause she had the nerve of even correcting my misspellings. So basically, she was like she read the letter, and then she decided to become a teacher. Take a red pen, then cancel out the misspelled words, then write the right words on the top. That's how fucked up it was. That's how fucked up the whole thing was. So she cancelled every word that I was writing. The word, dog, I was trying to be Shakespeare at that time. I was trying to be, she didn't even consider that it's the thought that counts. She was like, G, right? G. So she wrote the right words. So I was like, fuck. So she didn't only say no, she even corrected the words that I misspelled. So I'm like, okay, cool. But then what like killed me, basically, what like destroyed me, was the comment she made below the whole thing. So she made a comment. Guys, when you get a letter, there's no necessity of you doing a comment. Why should you comment? Don't comment. Just say no, and then we're done. You get me? So she said no, and then on top of that, she corrected all my misspellings. And then on top of that, she commented down below and she was like, no, I can't date a guy who doesn't know how to spell. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, mind me, dog. I was now with English. The problem is the words that I was trying to write were too big. You know, when you used to watch cartoons at a young age, you used to watch a lot of English stuff, obvious. Like cartoons, obvious is English. So the other words that in the cartoons they say, and for you they sound attractive and they sound like, you know, I'm begging this hand. Like they sound right, but you don't know the meaning to them, and you don't know how to write or spell them. You get me? But you know how to pronounce them. That's how the situation was. So I took like 2 to 3 words, you know, and I was like, you know, let me put these words into action and just operate. I'm like, cool. You get me? At the time, I'm thinking maybe I'm cool. I'm being cooler and I'm being romantic. You get me? So write the words, and then someone scratches them and corrects them. It was fucked up, but I understood because her like level of knowledge or education was way too high. It was above the level that we were, because she was from a private school. Like I said, she was from a private school and I was at a public school, obviously. You get me? So that's how fucked up it was. And then after the shandies and after the whole thing, I was sitting there and I'm like, eh. And then everything started like making sense. So the girl not only just like she didn't curve me because of my misspellings, because obviously, dog, I looked good until and that was good enough at that time. Now it's not good enough. Until you gotta be smart. Yeah. And I was smart at that time. Many people know I'm smart. I was smart. Thing is that I tried to flex and it didn't flex the right way. So at that time, that girl had I don't know it was a crush or what, but she had a crush on another guy, and that guy was a soccer player, obviously. So high school, I was also a soccer player during primary school, but then the position that I was playing was not like the popular positions. I gotta know the popular positions at the front lines, you get me? So your striker, you get me? So your number 10s, your Messi's, they are the ones who are popular than the middle fielders and the back line. So I used to play middle fielder and back line. So I used to play 6 and 2, you get me? So obviously I was not popular, you get me? And I was not that good with soccer because I used to play soccer and rugby at the same time. So I was good with rugby and I was not good with soccer. So that's how fucked up it was, you get me? So at soccer, it was like I would go to practice if I want to, or if I see that hand and I'm like, I want to impress her, that's when I go to play. So I was not that good. That's why I played positions that are not that good, because striking was not my thing. So I used to play, even though I was fast, but striking was not my thing. But with rugby, I was good with rugby. But the shitty part was rugby at that time. Oh, I won't say that time. In Kasi schools, rugby is not popular, obviously. So rugby was more of a personal thing. I just liked it. Even though people would get impressed if I said I play rugby, but it was hectic because nobody at that time cared the game. So that guy was playing striker. He was a striker and I was a backline. So obviously you can see the comparison, guys. You can see the comparison. So I don't know why I had the nerve to approach the girl, or I had the nerve to hit on the girl, but I did it and the girl had an interest in that guy. So that guy, she liked the girl, and he also did it he approached him straight. You know, when in primary, when somebody approaches someone, we all know that guy approached that girl. So he approached the girl, and then the girl said yes. That's how fucked up it was. But then Yeah, but the girl, I think I was in grade 6 and that guy shellacked the girl in grade 7. So we were friends too. He had some guava banyana, but the guava was better than mine. Because the following year he did the things. So that's the story. That's how fucked up it was. You get me? But then now I'm a grown-ass man, and you can see I'm a very finest nigga, and my English is better now. If just my English is better now, my spellings are better now, even though they're still fucked up. But yeah, my English is better and my spellings are better now. I wonder if I shell out the girl right now, dog, I would have done, dog. Now I'm a beast. Which now I'm smooth, dog. I'm smooth. But then it's cool, In life you live and you learn. You get me? So I feel like that experience gave me the confidence of, it built my confidence. So if you are a grade 5 or grade 6 learner or something, and you are watching this, my advice to you is keep on keeping on. You get me? Push, and you're gonna glow up. You get me? Not only physically but like mentally and educationally. You're gonna glow up, and they're gonna wanna share you. You get me? They're gonna wanna be with you when you have glowed up. So yeah. So guys, first story time. Comment down below if you like the story, and if you want other stories, do the things. As I told you, there were other stories before the story. So this one was the one that seemed interesting, but others are also interesting. So if you want another story, doesn't matter groove or anything, I'm gonna come up with all them. So if you want another story, make sure you like. So if the video reaches how many likes? Thing is, how many likes do I average? I think I fell in love. If the story hits, if the video hits 25, not 25. Man, I heard your shit. If it hits 80 likes, I'm gonna release another story. I'm gonna release another story time. And then if not, then I'm not. Just kidding. But if it reaches 80, make sure it reaches 80. And I don't wanna count the views. We'll see, but make sure it blows up, make sure everybody sees it, and then I'm gonna try to put a thumbnail so that you guys can be clickbait. So yeah guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff, and make sure you also comment down below best story time, so that I can see that you watched till the end. Best story time. Catch you on another one, guys. Be safe and good night. I don't know why I said that, but that's it. Show!